Greetings, Cleveland, and welcome to Creative Focus, the show that illuminates some of Cleveland's most talented and creative artists across the genres of dance, film, music, theater, and visual arts. I'm your host, Cornell Calhoun III, and I'm excited to be at the radio station WOVU 95.9 FM, and thrilled to have as my guest, author, actress, DJ, radio host, Cleveland's own DJ Lily Jade. I am so honored to have you here. So honored. You've done more at the age of 12 than most people do in a lifetime. So there are a lot of segments we really need to cover, but how did you become a DJ?
So quarantine 2020, early March, when I was 5, just before I turned 6, my dad was doing DJ mixes in the basement. And one day I go up to him and I'm like, "Dad, your music is trash." And after I told him that, he's like, "Well, can you do better?" And I'm like, "Of course I can. I'm me." And then after that, he taught me how to do all of the tricks that I know how to do now on my turntables.
So what do you enjoy most about being a DJ? Because I understand you've done almost 300 events. That's just crazy.
I love getting to go to all these amazing places. And when people bring me requests of songs that I have not heard before, I love learning different songs in different genres of music that I might have never heard of. So I get to learn something new.
Now, what was it like DJing next to your dad in the beginning?
It was really fun. DJing next to my dad, it was like we were battling at first. And the battling, it would always be like, crowd, you choose who won. I won every battle. Spoiler alert if you haven't watched them yet. But and it was just like, this is really fun. It was another way for me and my dad to bond right then and there while in COVID trying to figure out what we're going to do so we don't get cabin fever.
Okay. So give me a funny or memorable incident when you were DJing with your dad.
Maybe once we were doing our mixes in the basement, and one day when we were going back and forth, our equipment just randomly cut off. And we were practicing for something, and we're like, "Oh my gosh, we gotta wait for it. We just gotta figure out, we gotta plug it back up and then restart everything." But it's just like, okay.
No big deal, huh?
No big deal. Just restart.
So do you ever get nervous when you're DJing, especially for big, prominent people? Do you ever get nervous?
Not really. Since I've been doing it for so long, nothing, unless it's like somebody, like a big person, no big deal. Doesn't really harm me.
Okay, now talk about the radio show that you have.
So I have a radio show on 95.9 FM WOVU that airs every Saturday from 11 to 12.
And just list some of the people that you've interviewed. It's just a crazy list.
I've had Don Staley, Tegan Sr., Michael Hauser, Council President Blaine Griffin.
Oh, okay.
And so
if you could interview anyone, who would you want to interview?
Do they have to be alive?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
So I really want to interview. I would want to interview one of the Jacksons.
Okay.
Because me and my family, we like to do karaoke to all their songs, and I just want to hear where the origin of them finding their passion for singing.
Okay. Yeah. Now, when you interview on your radio show, how do you prepare for an interview session? What do you do? What's the first thing you do?
I prepare. I do my research on the person.
Important.
So I'll search them up, or if they have music, I'll listen to their music. If they have a book, see if I can find it somewhere in libraries, local libraries, anywhere like that, and so I can get some background on them.
Yeah, speaking of books, you have a book, From the Booth.
Yes.
Talk about that. What's it about, and when did it come out?
So my book, From the Booth, I published on my school computer back 2021, and From the Booth, it's really, the early chapter books that they have for kids that are learning to read.
Right.
Well, it's really for all ages, anybody that's learning how to read. and it's more so from my point of view, behind the booth, DJing, so I can tell you guys how I feel and what I experience when I'm doing it.
Okay. So how do the kids that go to school with you, how do they feel about you DJing and writing books and all that stuff?
So it's really fun because sometimes when we'll have like free time on our computers, they'll Google me and they'll go on my website. They'll go on my website where they'll start listening to my music. And sometimes my friends will ask if they could come to the gigs with me, and then sometimes they'll come, sometimes they don't. Yeah.
Okay, so now talk about the Cleveland Reads, because you're a Cleveland Reads ambassador.
Yes.
What is Cleveland Reads?
Cleveland Reads is just something to get the community to read.
Okay.
It's showing kids that reading is fundamental. You need reading for whatever you do, no matter what you're doing. You need reading going to the grocery store, driving, anywhere. You need to read. So Cleveland Reads is putting us out there and help kids. We get prizes, and it's just so fun. It's so cool. So I can show kids reading is it's awesome. Books are awesome. Better than TV, in my opinion, sometimes.
So how were you selected as a Cleveland Reads ambassador?
I was selected to be the Cleveland Reads ambassador because I interviewed. I can't think of who I interviewed off the top of my head, but I interviewed somebody that's a part of that program.
Got you.
And they were like, "Oh, I really like your energy, and I think you'd be the perfect person to show us and be the ambassador, the youth ambassador for the Cleveland Reads Challenge."
You promised me you were going to take me on a tour. Here I am.
Okay, so first of all, this is our lobby. So your guests sign in here. Another photo op right here so you can sit, take some pictures. So we got to get a picture before you go. So to start us off, this is our big studio. So if we have groups of more, let's say more than three, we're gonna bring them in here to the big studio because there's individual mics for everybody. And also, if I'm ever DJing in here, this is where it will be. And here, I'll show you where I sit usually when I'm doing the interviews or if I'm doing a set. So over here, we have our monitors. This is where our screens and then our actual sound. So when we need to control the microphones or when I'm playing music, control the sound of that, anything. And then my turntables right here if I ever need to hook up and do a set. Now, if you'll follow me into the hallway.
Follow you.
This is just somewhere people sit if they're waiting. We have pictures, our traffic light, our seats.
Are these pictures of people who've been to the station or just people?
Just people in general.
Okay.
Now this is all for the station right here.
Oh, okay.
And this right here is our wall of names. So every time we have someone come and visit the radio station, we have them sign the wall. If this wall is too cramped, we'll bring you back into the other room. But come on, let's get you a marker and you can find a spot on the wall. I'll help you find one too. The markers are right here.
Does it matter color?
No, it does not. So wherever you can find somewhere.
I think I'm gonna go right here.
Perfect.
C3. There it is. That's history.
Now we have records that you're here.
That's right. That's history.
And then over here we have. This is where we put what time all the shows are going on and all the stuff in general. And now in here we have the control studio. Say hi, Chris Styles. He is our general manager down here at WOVU. So he's in the control studio right now. You working on a show right now?
I'm actually working on our sound.
Working on the sound, making sure we sound right. And then in here is our other studio. Yeah, right here. Hey, Uni. This right here is our smaller studio.
It's nice though.
If we have a small group coming in, this is where we're going to bring them right into here.
This is neat. Thank you, Uni.
And that is the whole station.
Okay. Thank you very much for the tour. How much do I owe you?
You don't owe me anything. This one's on the house. This one's on the house.
Talk a little bit about when you were a DJ for the Democratic Convention in 2024.
Yes, so when they were in Chicago, I was at the DNC and I was DJing for the Women's Caucus. And I had the amazing opportunity to meet the OG Dream Girl, Shirley Ralph, and it was just such an honor. And I loved getting to be and DJ for all these powerful women right in front of me. It was just an amazing experience, and I would love to do something like that again.
What do you hope to take from that experience in the future?
I hope to take from that experience is that it doesn't matter. There are very powerful women out there, and you can be like a young girl myself, seeing all this aspiring things happen. My sister, she's 7, she went with us. To see all these amazing aspiring women leading is such a great experience for someone.
Yeah, because you talk about being girl bosses.
Yes.
What does that mean to you? What does that mean?
Girls can do anything. Girl boss is just another way of saying, us girls, the song, Who runs the world?
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what I'm trying to say and trying to put that out there. Doesn't matter. You do what you do. You be a better person. You help out in your community. You do whatever you do because you are a girl boss.
Now, let's talk about your acting career, because I went to see you in Lion King Jr. At Brush High School. Talk a little bit about that. How did you get into acting?
I got into acting. Well, my grandpa, one time, he brought me to the doctor because I was rolling my eyes in the back of my head, and the doctor just said, there's nothing wrong with her. She's dramatic. So that was the first part of me knowing that, that has something to do. And 2024, our school was doing an all-district production of The Wizard of Oz. And that's when my mom, she signed me up, and that's when I got my first ever role in a musical as Bach, and I was an Emerald City citizen. And then just leading up from there, last year I was JoJo in Seussical Jr., and then this year I was Rafiki in Lion King Jr. And then Mr. Calhoun, you reached out to me and my family about me acting in your short film, Central's Baby.
Talk a little bit about that experience.
It was an amazing experience, and I would love to do something like that again. And you brought me in for a table read. That was my first table read for an actual movie and not a TV show. And after that table read, I'm like, wow, this is something I probably want to do leading up. If DJing doesn't go well, I know I'm gonna go into acting.
So do you have a favorite? You DJ, you're an author, you're an actor, you're a radio host. Do you have a favorite one?
Okay, so I love just acting in general. Doesn't matter what I'm doing, TV show, short film, musical, play, any of that. I love acting so much. Yeah, it's like, I just love it. Hope it takes me somewhere big. I hope to be on Broadway, something like that. Playoff Square, anywhere.
DJ Lily Jade, rapid fire. You ready?
Yeah.
Favorite song right now?
She by Tyler, the Creator, and Frank Ocean.
Sweet or salty snacks?
Salty.
DJing, interviewing, or acting?
Acting.
One word that describes you?
Funny.
What's your biggest dream?
To be a big actor on Broadway.
You got it. Describe yourself, Lily. If somebody who didn't know you.
To describe myself,
Mm-hmm.
I am a very passionate person. If I put myself into something, I have to finish it. I'm pretty funny. Some people would say so. I'm very nice. I'm clumsy at that. I'm gonna admit to myself I am very clumsy. Okay. And I am just big on music, any music at that.
If you're not reading, if you're not performing, if you're not DJing, what do you like to do aside from the artistic side of your life?
Ooh, probably just hang out with my friends. We'll go to the mall, go out to the park, anything like that, sleepovers, just hanging out at the house, doesn't matter. If I'm not doing anything like that, I'm just hanging out with friends.
Hang out with friends.
Mm-hmm.
And why do you think you are so artistic? You know, for a 12-year-old to be involved in all of these artistic activities, what do you think makes that possible for you?
Honestly, it's in my family, really. So like I said before, my grandpa, both of my grandpas, they are all big into theater and they are big into drama and all that stuff. So whenever I would go and hang out with them, we'd be singing, dancing, all of that stuff. I'd be learning monologues, all of that while I go down to Virginia and we would just learn, so that way I could always be ready on the spot. And then my grandma, we'll go to her house and we'll watch a bunch of musicals and we'll watch a bunch of movies, like movie musicals, and we'll do karaoke, musical karaoke, and it's a lot. My whole family, we're all big on music and we're very artistic.
Yeah, and I know family means a whole lot to you, very important in your life. How have your parents supported you in all of these endeavors?
They've supported me in like every single thing. I start playing sports. I have never played softball in my life till this year. My dad, he made sure I had all the equipment that I needed so I can playing properly. When I started acting, they made sure that I had I was taking vocal lessons, I was taking dance lessons, I was taking all that. They were making sure I had all the resources so I could keep and be the best at it that I could do. And so some of these sports I have never played before, and they would always make sure that I had everything that I needed. They just make sure I have the resources that I could start to make sure that I was doing the best I can.
Finally, what's next for Lily Jade? DJ Lily Jade. What's next for you?
A whole bunch of DJing. And my TV show for Acting Children's More Childhood Please, we just won our Emmy. I'm so happy about that.
Wow, you won an Emmy for that?
Yes, we just won an Emmy for the show recently.
And what's that show about?
It's about kids, teaching kids screen time, emotions, how to handle those. So with Acton Children's, the hospital, we have a doctor come in that focuses on that topic and explains to kids how to be healthy with this topic and to make sure you take care of yourself, mental health and all that stuff. And it's just really great.
Okay. Well, hey, thank you for being on my show.
Thank you.
I'm so honored to have you.
I love talking to you, Mr. Calhoun.
I love talking to you, and I love directing you. Thanks, Lily.
Thank you.
DJ Lily Jade uses reading, music, positivity, and an undeniable charm to inspire young people every day. I'm Cornell Calhoun III for TV 20 and Creative Focus. Until the next time becomes our time, be well, be safe.